I think we should be live right now. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Hello everyone who's watching. If anyone is watching, which I'm sure there are. But if you're watching, welcome back to my channel. I know I haven't, I know I haven't been around in a few weeks. But Yeah, it's been again. This year just keeps being crazy. But I'm here. We're back. I'm back. I have a special guest with me. If you listen to the DC podcast now, where you've heard him all the time over the Black Lightning podcast, which has now become the Naomi podcast. It's also the home of the Alliteration Room, and he's been on the Flash podcast several times. And he is Brother Nate. So Nate, welcome to my YouTube channel. I guess how you doing today?
What's going on, Andy B? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Excited to get into what we're gonna get into today. It's always a good time to catch up with Andy B. Whether you're wearing your Gucci glasses or not, either way, I'm good with you, Andy B.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's never gonna again.
The Gucci frames.
Yeah. Okay. I will just show them, even if like they may mess up on screen. So like my frames, they are like Gucci and so, and I didn't even know about it when I got them because these are prescription based. So they must have just picked those frames because they thought these are the good ones that would fit him. But yeah, so why are we here today? Yeah, so this is kind of impromptu, but here's the thing. So a few days ago, I did an interview with showrunner and my good buddy Eric Wallace from The Flash on the Flash podcast. The interview is in the video description below, so you can go read it. But there was something that he said that caught my attention quite a lot. There was a lot of things that he said that got my attention quite a lot. So, but there was something where like he basically gave us viewers some homework to do. Now listen, Nate, I don't know how you were in high school when it came to homework, but like for me, I'm like, if I got homework, I would like, I will either do it or I will just skip it and just make up a reason. Um, and I guess I had a very sweet face because sometimes I did get away with things in high school. So and I don't think my teachers are watching. But since you have so many characters, was there a particular character that you were like, oh my God, I've been dying to write for this character for years? And then he says, it's funny. I would say that about all of our guest stars. I was very excited to really write me a queen. I haven't really watched a lot of the Arrow characters, even though I'm in the Arrowverse, and the stuff felt the same way. We got to write again for Chris Williams, who we love. We love writing Chris dialogue, especially it's so fantastic. It just has its gravitas. So granting Chris scenes, of which there are many, obviously. I don't know why he said obviously, but I'm like, hey, I will take it. They are very excited to write for the Region Candace scenes. They were very excited to write. But I gotta say, I've never written personally for Kyle Lee's Sentinel character, Alex Danvers. I've written a little bit for Ryan Choi, but I just wet my beak on it. I wanted to do a little bit more, but I especially love writing for Mia Queen because she's the person who's inherited the mantle of the Green Knight from her father Oliver. I had to say there's a really great speech in one of her episodes when we get an incredible moment between Iris and Mia. That was one of the most fun things to write in this entire event. Kat McNamara is awesome in this show, and I would say to folks, maybe you should watch the backdoor pilot for Greener Canaries, which is the name of the episode that didn't go forward. And I went, oh, interesting. And he said, you might need to. I'm not saying the Black Canaries are in the show alongside Mia, but those events matter, right? They matter. So be prepared to continue Mia's journey in a very unexpected way, but in a way that makes sense and honor her path that was very important to us. And yeah, I felt, you know what? I like rewatching the final season of Arrow. It's actually one of the better. It's one of the better seasons of Arrow. So I felt, you know what? Like, why don't I just rewatch it and bring my good buddy Nate on? And Nate was because we don't talk about Arrow on a regular basis for both good and mental health reasons. And so, what was your relationship like with Arrow?
I think Arrow had, obviously it had its ups and downs. It's very important, being the initial entry into the Arrowverse, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it did what it needed to do in terms of setting the table. Like, I think I loved the I love the action. I think that fight choreography really established itself early on. I think my favorite seasons were probably, was it season 5? Was that the Prometheus season?
Mm-hmm.
I think that might have been my favorite season, followed by the shortened 8th season. Because I think the season before was a little but they really finished strong with that series.
What happened season 7? I got. That's when we get introduced to Mia, right? We got introduced to Mia. We went to the future. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I think that those. Yeah, that's kind of like that's when we did all the flash forwards.
Yeah, I was not I enjoyed Mia in season 8, but in season 7, I thought they relied a little bit too. And this is a series that's always relied on flashbacks and flash forwards, and I thought they maybe relied a little bit too heavily on it in season 7.
Just a tiny bit too much.
just a little bit too much.
Just a little bit. Yes. So yeah, I haven't watched the Backdoor pilot for Unicorn. I was honestly surprised that we didn't get the show, and which, but like, I think there's a lot of reasons why we didn't get it. But the fact that we're getting Mia Queen back now in the Arrowverse for this 5-part event, not a crossover, by the way. And yes, very important we say that, and also because I mean I know people have like they've got over exaggerated opinions about this comment, but like I honestly agree. I don't feel like this is like a traditional crossover because when you like Nate, like let's imagine like someone who, like, whether it's my big sister or if it's like someone in your family, they don't follow social media, they don't really follow like the overall all that is the Arrowverse. So like when you say crossover, they're gonna think, so okay, so what episode I need to watch, which shows, what day and stuff. But now with the Flash, it's just one night for 5 weeks. Every Tuesday, it's so that's why I feel it's better to just call it what it is. It's a Flash event. We're not calling Riverdale's 5 event with Sabrina. We're not calling that a crossover.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, people felt the need to scream on social media, whatever. And also, but I will say, instead of glorifying the haters, I do want to say thank you everyone who's shared a lot of love and support for interview. Nate was a huge part of helping me, work on the interview and so on. Because we did pull an all nighter. Because like for me, I'm a perfectionist, and I don't know if you would call yourself that, Nate, and so on, because I don't think you don't get as psycho as I do when I'm just like, it has to be perfect. Because like when you went to bed, I was still up for 3-4 more hours.
Wow.
Being like, could I cut something down? Like I was like, it was very important to me. Hello, Triple X. Good to see you. I hope we see Donna Smoke in Armageddon. She's the best character. How old would she be in the future now? I guess because yeah, she would be Mia's grandma. So, but I don't know how old she would be. Like, she would probably be in her 60s by now.
At least, yeah.
Or has Mia even met her grandmother in the future? That's the thing. But listen, we've talked enough, so we're gonna get to watching Green and the Canary to Backdoor Pilot. If you guys want to join us, you can go on Netflix and go to the final season of Arrow, episode 9, which Nate, I think that I know what the one problem I have now with this Backdoor Pilot. It is the fact that it is the penultimate episode. I understand why, because of Crisis, but it's still like, you don't really pitch a new spinoff right as you're about to end your current show.
Yeah, I think there were probably some issues behind the scenes that we're not privy to, as there is with any production. But I think, like we've talked about this when we talked about Painkiller, the Backdoor Pilot for Jordan Calloway spinoff of Black Lightning. Like, for whatever reason, there are some shows that just don't get picked up. And I do think that there was a lane for Green Arrow and the Canaries. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that lane. But it is great that he's bringing Eric is bringing Kat back for this event series. I wonder what we'll get in these 5 episodes that either adds to or maybe concludes the Mia Queen story, because I don't know how many more times we're going to see Kat in this universe.
Yeah, I mean, she could be on Legends in a future
Mm.
season, but again, like, how much longer does Legends have left at this point? You know, I mean, and the same thing could say said about Flash too. You know, like, season 8 could be it, season 9 could be it. Same with Legends. So, but yeah, I do hope we see Mia and the Canaries at some point. But yeah, should we get started to it?
All right. Like for those that have been wondering what I've been doing, like I don't have Netflix on my TV in this particular room of my house because like Netflix. I'll be talking about this a little bit later today with somebody else, but Disney Plus and Hulu and
HBO.
ESPN Plus. So that whole bundle to me has
Yeah.
kind of taken the place of Netflix. Like there's still some good things on Netflix, but who has the time these days? And even in the pandemic, Andy B, who has the time for all of this content, man?
Who has the time? You couldn't be more right. So yeah, we're gonna I'm just gonna put on subtitles. And yeah, so I'm gonna count from three. When I say play, we both hit play. So are you ready, Brother Nate?
I am ready. I don't know if the people are ready.
Okay. Oh, just make sure that your volume isn't like on, otherwise, copyright reasons.
Yes.
Uh,
There's nobody trying to get sued out here today, Andy B.
I'm a reporter with a reporter's salary. I cannot afford a lawyer. Um, it just wouldn't be that easy, I guess.
No.
But again, guys, like I said, if you want to read the interview, it is in the video description, and he says a lot of interesting things about Armageddon. Like, we find out why Superman and the Supergirl won't be in it, but there's some good promises about Superman on the Flash, so be ready for that. Um, but yeah, so are you ready?
All right.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Here we
And
go.
we're just jumping right into the motorbike of it all. So this is supposed to be the future, even though I'm like,
What a future it is, Andy B.
yeah, because it can't be, like Akashic Valley.
I don't think anything can be like Akashic Valley. That was special, Andy B. The way that looked.
Hello, Laurel Lands. Were you a big Laurel fan, by the way?
I liked her. I wasn't as big a fan as others. Honestly, I think she was a bit underserved by Arrow, by the series as a whole. I think
That's an understatement.
yes.
Underserved or understated? Bianca Bertinelli. Yeah, when I heard Bertinelli, I was like, wait a minute. Is Huntress back? Is this the new Huntress or whatever? Star City 2040. Oof. Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that looks like it could be close to Kashik Valley, maybe.
Kind of. Be like the bad part of Akashic Valley.
And we're working up with Mia post crisis.
They don't have holographic singers.
No holographic singers yet. Or that it's funny, like the fact that Akashic Valley in 2020, 2021 has it, but 2044 or 2040 doesn't. Holographic computer screens, though.
Yes, I think that's a must if you're talking future tech.
Yeah. The Vigilante Museum. Ooh.
Do you think they would actually dedicate a museum?
Well, I mean, I guess maybe in this close because Oliver sacrificed himself. Maybe that's why he got a museum. JJ Diggle.
Yeah, I have thoughts about the Diggle children in this episode, Andy B. Not all of them good.
A ring? Bruh, that's not how you do a proposal. Mm-mm. You don't do it like in the morning with just oh my god, like no, this is not how you do a proposal. Mm-mm.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't believe this. Oh, he's just lifting her. Oh, that was a long lifting. Good old Vancouver. Triple, we're literally rewatching it right now.
So who's watching with us?
We have a few viewers, but the one who's commenting is Triple X, who says, "So you're gonna rewatch a pilot?" We are literally watching it right now. Oh, Dinah Drake. Even though that's supposed to be your mom, Laurel. That's weird that they like. Well, who needs holographic singers when you have the amazing Dinah Drake singing?
Yeah, I forgot about that part. I did like Dinah a lot.
Yeah. Although our first woman of color, Black Canary.
Yeah, Arrow had some good supporting characters. I think Dinah was good. Like obviously Diggle was great.
Yeah, I think Diggle may have been a better character than Oliver.
Yes, yeah. I don't think that's a hot take, Andy. Like I loved Renee and Curtis. Like I think they came in like in season 5.
No, Curtis came in season 4.
Curtis is 4. Okay, and then Renee was 5.
Yeah,
I like that. Like that team that he had: Renee, Curtis, Dinah. Like I like that squad.
This is weird because she talks about like that there's no trace of the Black Canary or Dinah Drake when she woke up. This was a mystery I wish they kind of give us some solution to. I love you, Andy. You're a beautiful person. Well, thank you. I couldn't tell if you were trolling me or not, Triple X.
Take the compliment, Andy.
I'm not good at taking compliments. I'm not even good at looking good.
You feel good, you look good, Andy B.
Wait, the socialite. So that's what Helena Burnell has become in post-crisis. No longer Hunter, she's a socialite.
I think that's like an overused trope, maybe in all of fiction, but especially like with DC, like the socialite with a secret life, like Bruce Wayne, Oliver Queen,
Kay Kane.
Yep. Like, why can't y'all just be rich and happy? Why y'all got to do something else on the side, Andy?
Yeah, exactly. Or just go to work, like create a company or something.
Yes,
and then you can make more money.
And even like Ray Palmer in this universe, in the Arrowverse, like Ray Palmer was rich, wasn't he?
Yeah, and then Legends happened.
But he's coming back. He's coming back, Andy.
Yes, he's coming back on Tuesday.
I can't believe it's Tuesday. Like that seems.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking about this event for a while, and like now that
since like May or something.
Yeah.
Man, I miss seeing these two. I love my Black Canaries.
So here's the question, though, Andy. Like, let's say this backdoor pilot got picked up.
Hmm.
Do you think it would have worked being set in the future? Like, do you think the
yes
the current
no.
Arrowverse fans would have appreciated it?
Yes and no. I think yes, because it would give us like we can kind of have a distance between like the current shows and Garen and Canaries. But the other reason is that also like because that means that they have to also then be very careful with what they do, like continuity wise. Like they can't say a reference about Barry if it's not gonna match what's going on in the Flash.
Right.
Oh, and Renee's daughter's alive again. And William,
I like Renee a lot, man. Like I'm forgetting it. Was it Rick Gonzalez? Is that the actor?
He's great.
he's so good. Like he's been around for a minute. Like he was in I don't know if anybody's watched Coach Carter. I think he was in Coach Carter.
I remember I watched him in that Devil Show.
It's a sports game movie, Andy.
The reason he's laughing is because when I talk about sports, I say sports games, which is what they are.
You're technically correct, Andy. Technically.
Y'all, the guy that got to play William, he's kind of hunky.
Honestly, I liked William better than Mia.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought
we got to spend more time with William. That's the thing. We didn't.
That's true. And Mia was, especially when she first was introduced, Mia was so
guarded,
angry.
She was very upset about she wouldn't let anyone in. Here comes the other Diggle son that you had thoughts on.
Yeah, we'll get to it by the time we get to the end of the episode, Andy. But that would have been my one issue if this show had progressed like the way they set up these kids. And it's like, no, that I can believe like maybe one of the Diggle kids went down the wrong path, but you're not gonna tell me all the Diggle kids went down the wrong path, Andy B.
Yeah, like she just
not the John Diggle we know, like John and Lila. Like they're not gonna raise 3 bad kids.
Imagine if they had 14.
Yes, Rick Gonzalez was in Coach Carter, which honestly, Andy, I think even though you might not like sports movies, I think you'd like it. It stars Samuel L. Jackson as a coach that takes over this inner city team and turns them around, and Rick Gonzalez is one of the players. It's a good movie.
Oh, here's one of the more important scenes. One of the most important scenes. He has no idea who they are. Of course they would have. Old Felicity Smoak. That was funny.
I was wondering when you were going to bring up that name, Andy B. Your favorite character?
The greatest character in the whole universe. Oh, imagine getting all those memories back. Like that would be that would be traumatic. Yeah, like girl, you better be happy that's all you did. That all you did was anything.
So I think that is important that we kind of touch on this real quick, Andy, because I've forgotten like this tied into Crisis. Mm-hmm. So John Jones was giving people their memories back, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we, by process of elimination, we get to this part. So like I'd forgotten that it tied directly into Crisis.
Yeah, and apparently Cisco is the one who helps make that ring, I think, with Martian Manhunter's ability, so that way they can bring the memories back.
Yes, the famous Martian Manhunter memory boop.
Yeah, boop.
Just boop. You got your memories back.
He looked like you know what he looked like at first? He looked like a cigarette, like one of those cigarette things in the car. What's it called?
Like the lighter, you just push it in and pull it.
Yeah.
I don't even know if cars have that anymore.
Well, I'm an old person, so maybe that's how I know.
Because I grew up with
he's a Martian or something.
you push it in and it pops out.
Yeah. Well, that's what it looked like when Laurel turned her ring and she pressed on that.
Mm-hmm. I do think Laurel works better away from Oliver. I'll just say that.
Is this your way of saying you're a Felicity fan?
Well, not that. I'm just saying, like, I think Stephen Amell. Here's how I'll put it diplomatically, Andy. I don't think Stephen Amell elevated the performance. I think
Katie brought up. I think Katie did. When they acted together, she brought up the best in him, I think.
Yes, that's exactly what I think. She elevated him versus the other way around.
There hasn't been any crime in Star City for 20 years. Oh wow!
Yeah, like I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. I'm just like Oliver. I know you could bring back the multiverse, but like this, you can perform miracles.
Like even like petty crime, like somebody stealing like a pack of gum from a store. Like some crime has existed. Jaywalking, indecent exposure, public drunkenness, something.
Laurel is just like I'm like Laurel is just like I need you to get on this, Mia. Like we don't have time for your nonsense. I do like all the green that Mia has, like the green
Mhm.
makeup, the green dress. It's like I like it's very cool aesthetic on her.
Oh, yeah, now I'm remembering like the ending of this episode makes me so mad.
Yeah,
And if again it ties into the Diggle kids. It's like
Laura's like to be in my 20s again.
like you were in your 20s 40 years ago, ma'am. Actually,
I mean, she
I don't
does. I
know.
mean, they don't. I mean, these women do not look old.
No, they don't. They don't.
Like she like they look like they could still be in their 20s, like late 20s.
Trying to think, was it
It's
this episode or am I thinking of another episode? Was that another episode of Arrow where we actually see like the Canaries plural? Like
it's another. I know which you're talking. You're talking about the episode where um, Sarah shows up and helps Dinah.
yes.
And what is this pose? This looks so uncomfortable for Laurel.
You're a poser.
Uh,
You're posing right now.
you're you're po- you are such a pose. Oh, that's Sheriff Nancy from Smallville, the one who's sitting there.
Oh,
Yeah, I have good Smallville
all
memory.
all these Smallville connections.
Well, when you're in Vancouver,
Yes.
Laurel, that looks so uncomfortable the way you're sitting. But also, it is a very comic book pose, so that's kind of funny.
Did you enjoy the flash forwards, Andy?
I that carpet. Oh, I did enjoy it to a degree, but at some point I'm like, okay, it's just the timing of them all. Sometimes it doesn't work.
Mhm.
Um, Dinah, you best be careful now.
Mm. And I know you said like it was weird that this episode was kind of the backdoor pilot at the end, but I feel like all of season 8 was kind of like a backdoor pilot with as much time as we spent with Mia and William.
You know what? That's a good point. Honestly, like, and the thing, like, the reason the only reason they can do anything in this episode is because Oliver has reset the timeline.
Mhm.
Because there are things in the original 24 timeline that would not have worked for this story.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of. That's what I'm thinking of. I think it was one of the season 8 episodes where because they found something with Felicity, like old
Yeah,
Felicity. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Where there was
yeah,
actually a group of canaries.
yeah. They've no. Well, no. You think that's the Felicity thing? That's what you found. Like you're talking about the flash forward. The Canaries episode is when Laurel decides to finally give in to her darkness and work with one of her old teammates, and so Sarah,
Was this
Dinah.
also when we had like because the not like I feel like you just memory boot me, Andy, because all these things are coming back. Was this also when we had like Earth 2 Laurel?
This is Earth 2 Laurel, and that was Earth Laurel 2. Earth 1 Laurel has been dead for 6 years.
It's too soon,
I,
Andy.
I know.
It's too soon.
How do you think I feel? How do you think I feel?
I'd pour one out if I didn't want to make a mess on my floor. Like it made a lot of sense watching it, but like going back and thinking about it, like it's really complicated.
Laurel just not having any chill and being like, oh, let me guess, Bianca's just being Bianca. Like she's like, I've heard it all before. I do like the set though. Like they're
the design work on this show is really good. Like I will give them credit for that.
Yeah.
Like the aesthetic, like the look.
Suit up. Ooh.
I think every good show has to have a suit up moment.
It's my father's. No, Mia, that's yours. He literally made you her. He literally made you your own costume.
Who knew he was such a good seamstress.
I mean, that could have been good for his. That could have probably been good for his like Oliver-ness. You know what's so funny? Like, this show is essentially Birds of Prey. Like this would have been the Birds of Prey show we would have got on.
Yeah.
What? Isn't that like a weapon they have in Wakanda?
I mean, it's Wakanda-ish. That ain't no Shuri design though.
Oh, I mean, nothing should be Shuri anymore.
Yeah. Hey, Shuri! Look, Shuri is great.
Yes, Canary Cry.
Yes, like Shuri is great. Letitia, that's a different conversation, Andy B.
I'm not gonna be the one to talk about her. Come on, Mia, take him. You can take him. They have good music choice. They have good music choice in this episode. Like, did Salim Akil come in and be like, "Let me fix the music for the show"?
Let me show you how it's done. I'm trying to think, who was the showrunner of Arrow at this time?
This would have been Beth Schwartz. She's kind of the one that kind of gave Arrow some new life after season 6.
So she came in season 6.
You don't drop grenades like that. Deathstroke. Whoa.
Baby Deathstroke.
I do like Laurel's new Black Canary costume. Like, this was like so much more like comics accurate, like kind of more yellow. Although I do like her Black Siren costume. That is like the most Black Canary I think she's ever worn in terms of like clothing. Diana's costume, like, it's still a little bit too X-Men, like, you know, OG X-Men-y. From like if you go look at any of those black costumes from X-Men 1,
too much leather, just
too
much leather.
Like, I get it. Like, fishnets in Vancouver, that would not work. It's just too cold.
Also, fishnets are not practical, Andy B. Like, they're appealing to the eye, but if you get shot in the leg with some fishnets on, you're gonna get shot in the leg. If you have like your reinforced leather pants, you're not gonna get that wound.
I guess the wardrobe in the future hasn't evolved too much because like this looks exactly like 2021.
That's always a problem when you're trying to portray the future.
Yeah, like, because the thing is that if you're gonna make futuristic clothes, that's gonna cost you more.
Yeah.
Or maybe not cost more, but it's gonna take a longer time because you gotta you gotta sketch it first, and then see like is it gonna look good in physical form and
it's like if you go back and like watch a movie from the 80s and they're portraying the future, like everybody's in like some shiny like silvery space.
Yeah, that's like, we need to remove the shininess of it all, like, because the future is not gonna be that shiny. Like, listen, the environment is already dead, I guess. But yeah, like, I look at Laurel in this episode and feel like it's like this is what like we could have had if Arrow had actually like utilized her more and so on. So yeah, like that's what kind of like one. Like, I think that's the main reason I'm disappointed that the show didn't get picked up. I mean, I do love all three of them, but like this could have been Laurel. Like, this could have been Katie Cassidy's opportunity.
And I think that's you're saying what I was trying to say earlier, Andy. Like, I think she works better in this environment for me than she did when she was on Arrow.
Yeah,
because I think she has more room to shine.
Exactly.
And she's the elder statesman in this universe for these characters.
Elder, but still looking very young. Just saying.
Hey, you can be elder and still look great. Like, shout out to who's my girl out here on these streets acting and whatnot. British lady, Helen Mirren. Like, Helen Mirren looks amazing, and she's elder, so to speak. So you can be older and look good, Andy B. Stop being ageist.
Oh my god, I was the one who was like, he still looks young, incredible. Oh, this new haircut was like, because I remember that was a huge deal for Katie Cassie. She was talking about it, like she wanted to do something new, and like there's been times in comics where Dinah does have short hair.
It looks good, but it's also practical.
Oh Mia, you're Felicity's daughter. You should be able to hack.
But you think that's a hereditary skill?
Should be. Uh-oh. No, this is how she said it. Where is she? Where is the trigger?
This would be a great spot for John Diggle Green Lantern to show up and help. Just saying, Andy.
I
B.
mean, I think they were already paying enough budget money for the future. Let's not put in a green, like green flashlight into this.
They're like,
well.
no, we can't afford that.
No. Like, I honestly just send David Ramsey to the new Green Lantern show on HBO Max. Like honestly, I think they could benefit from moving to another Earth and
Yep.
And
he's a great actor.
Dude, he's the best actor, like one of the best actors on the Arrow, like in the whole Arrowverse. Like they're lucky we actually got. They can't call you crazy now. You shouldn't call it crazy either way.
I am glad we got some actual Green Arrow on Stargirl though, but I do want to see Diggle get a ring.
Green Arrow. You mean Green Lantern on Stargirl, right?
Did I say Green Arrow?
Yeah.
I meant Green Lantern, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though Diggle was a good Green Arrow.
Not in season 6.
Wasn't that the season they made him take like steroids to be the Green Arrow?
Oh, frack you.
That was terrible.
Laurel, you said the S word. You can't say the S word.
Gasp.
There's so much fighting going on.
Like I do have to give them credit, man. Like the choreography has almost always been good on this show.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to my buddy James Bamford. Who he started as the stunt coordinator for the show. Then he became a director and a producer of the show.
Oh,
yeah, Bam, if you're watching, love you.
What season did he become a director and a producer?
I think it was I think he started directing season 4 or 5. Mm-hmm. I think then he became a producer in season 6 or something.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, no, he Bam Bam is like one of the essential parts of Arrow. Like I couldn't even imagine Arrow without him.
And like I said, like I did like season 5 and 6, I really liked. Season 7, but then season 8 was finished strong.
Yeah, no, I love season 5. Season 6 was kind of like, I don't remember much of it. I don't think I liked it too much. Season 7, it started
season 6
strong.
was the Richard Dragon season, wasn't it? Was it Richard Dragon?
Yeah, so they started with doing like the whole cabal of villains, and then they went to Richard and Kirk Acevedo, or however you say his last name.
Acevedo.
Yeah, he was great. I love him.
I liked him. Yeah,
and like he actually like made me scared. Like, he doesn't have any powers, anything, but he actually made me scared.
Yeah, I liked him, and we also got some Bronze Tiger in that season too, I think.
Oh, they ways Michael J. White.
He's great. Have you ever seen Black Dynamite, Andy?
I have not.
It's amazing. Michael J. White plays like a 70s blaxploitation character.
I can't feel too much about this ship because like there wasn't that connection in the original timeline anyway.
Mm-hmm. Andy B, not on board this ship.
I'm running a decryption program. Yeah, exactly. Why did you learn all the Felicity stuff?
These shows
Ooh,
always make it look so easy.
yeah, they do, and not another confrontation. Wow, Dinah. Auntie Laurel and Auntie Dinah. Auntie Didi, Auntie Lala. Oh no, wait, Lala. I can't say Lala because
I
I
was
don't
say we
know.
get Will Catlett showing up in the future.
As an aunt, as an auntie.
Will Catlett's great on everything though, so I'm sure he'd be great on this.
Yeah, but it also benefits. It also depends on. Oh. Oh wow. That was traumatic to see the fact that she was sitting there the whole time.
Mm. Like, I don't think the people know Andy. Well, some people know because we talked about it on our fandom episode. But Andy B and I have been watching a lot of Smallville lately. So we're all right. So if we're ranking arrows, where do you go? Because right now I'm gonna say Hartley, Mia, Amel. In terms of our green arrows, where do you go?
Harley is number one. The rest I don't know.
Actually, I might even put Diggle above Oliver.
You know, people are gonna come. If people see it, they're gonna come into my mentions and be like,
Yes.
"How dare you all talk about Stephen Amell like that?"
He sacrificed himself for the whole entire Arrowverse.
The multiverse, even.
Yes. I did like Future Oliver, like that. We saw that one episode in Legends and never saw again.
But we saw him in Crisis, and it wasn't even Future Oliver. It was an Oliver from another Earth.
That's right, we did.
Yeah.
I liked Crisis, but it's just like so much of those moments I've forgotten, Andy.
Well, maybe we should do a rewatch of Crisis on the DC Podcast Network at some point.
That could be fun.
The hero who saved Star City. It's a lot.
Honestly, we should go back and look at all the crossovers.
Stay tuned.
And rank the crossovers. What's the best? I think we did the episode of that one time. We did the crossovers.
We did something like that. Yeah. No, he wouldn't be disappointed. He only knew you for like a season. He loved you.
Go ahead.
This scene is kind of like, again, another good example like what this show could have been like, having you know, the OGs with the next generation and so on. All again, like this would be like her aunts, her sisters, or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's like the crux of the show. And that I was just gonna say, Andy, like that leads into my question. Like, other than the people we get in this backdoor pilot, who would you have want to seen from the present timeline show up on the show if it went to series?
Huntress. Or at least, or like present day. No, I guess Huntress in this time because she would be older then, so she couldn't like really, you know, because this is 20 years later. So yeah, like if Helena from the present, but in Mia's past, showed up, it could have been fun.
Yeah, that would have been good. Honestly, my favorite side character that I don't know if it's anybody else's favorite side character would be Anatoly. Like if Anatoly showed up in the future.
Oh, that would be funny.
I'm in charge of the future, bratva. I just wanted to do the accent. I knew your father, Oliver.
Yeah, girl, suit up. Well, that's one way to save budget. Oh, this is one of my favorite scenes. Ugh. Because there's just you will see why. No, girls, put on voice modulators for God's sake.
We don't care about secret identities.
Oh, how convenient! It's just very 2020.
I wonder what Barry's doing now. Like in this future.
He and Iris just living their good lives, or who knows? Look up your feet. Oh, them just dying, and Laura just dragging him, being like, "Oh."
This could be the future where Barry's like emo and depressed.
Well, I mean, who knows? Who knows if Barry and Iris are even in this time? They could have, because in the comics they have moved to the future, but like the distant future. Yeah.
Oh, so how far in the future were the twins?
What twins?
Not the twins, I guess, because they were different ages. But
Bar and Nora.
Yeah.
2049 apparently. So they're like they're like they like me. Nora could like be in like her like teens here.
Okay. Because that could have been something cool they could have done if this went to series.
Well, exactly. They could like even now, like maybe Mia knows Bart and Nora.
Wow, Andy B, you just blew my mind. And maybe I'm just throwing this out there, Andy. You don't have to put your name on it, but maybe if we get a spinoff series, we'll see Mia and William hanging out with Bart and Nora.
Oh my goodness! Could you imagine? I don't know.
Plus the pearls.
I think more spin-offs should happen, or at least like with the next generation of the Arrowverse.
They're definitely skewing younger, like with Stargirl and Naomi, in terms of the lead characters.
Yeah, Trevor, don't do this.
He's gonna do it.
Who is she? Oh, a plot hole we will never get resolved. Plot point, not plot hole. Sorry.
Okay, so yeah. So this mysterious big bad is a she, right?
Is a she? Yeah, I think she. I mean, we will see this in a moment. There's gonna be another scene soon. Run, girls, run! Barry can't save you.
Because I think that's what I hated the most because of who the she is insinuating.
Wait! Oh, look at that explode! My God, this was their centerpiece.
That's where the budget went.
What? Who are you?
So we only get one take of this.
Laurel just looks so comfortable, like yeah, feeling stuff.
She just seems more comfortable in this setting.
Yeah,
Laurel, I mean.
Yeah, I mean, there's very.
Even though technically it's Cat's show, like Katie's the lead.
No, this is their show, all of their show. That was the whole point.
I'm gonna say it. Katie's the lead. I said
it.
Wait,
Katie Cassie just pulled Uncle Phil like we.
we.
All she just needed to do was just put on her jacket and be like,
we.
Being a hero is the hardest thing you can do. Yeah, that's that girl. Speak on that.
There are some good like emotional moments. We get Mia on this hero's journey.
Yeah, because we do see her in the series finale afterwards. It's just like, I don't know.
That's right, yeah, because they go and see Felicity in the forest, right? When she walks away with the monitor.
Yeah.
It's time, Where are we going, LaMonica?
You mean La Daddy? Is that what
Has he done anything lately? He was great in the
I saw
Chronicles.
he was on Brooklyn Nine-Nine in the final season. I was like,
Really?
Oliver reborn him as a FBI agent.
Oh, I'll have to check it out. I missed a lot of the last season.
The last season is something.
Mm.
There was a little too much real stuff for me going on.
Okay. I did love it though, like the first few seasons.
Yeah, no, I loved it too. I love the first couple of seasons. Yeah, like, I mean, like each season was. I mean, most seasons were good. I was just like this 8th season. I was just torn on it.
Like,
welcome to the Arrow Cave, Canaries Cave, Canaro Cave,
the Canave.
Yeah,
the Canave.
Stay safe, Anna. You're such a beautiful and sweet person. Love you so much. Well, thank you, Triple X. Stay safe too.
Oh, thank you, Triple X. Is that Vin Diesel?
What? Where?
You never seen the movie Triple X starring Vin Diesel? That was his code name in the movie. He was Triple X.
I don't know if Triple X is still here. Like, is that the reference that you're making? Is that what your name is a reference to? Because I don't know.
Yeah, like Vin Diesel was in it. Samuel L. Jackson, Ice Cube, Ruby Rose was in the sequel.
Who? I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
Was that shade?
No. I just don't want to talk about her at all.
Or was it the shade, Andy B? Your favorite character from Stalker?
I won't be a moment's time.
I won't be a moment's time.
It is a reference. It is a reference to Triple X.
Okay, I like the Triple X movies. They're fun.
The woman who failed Star City. That's why she came back. Oh, the Oliver statue. Yeah, Justice City, William. Justice City. Good lord. You mean the whole multiverse? Yeah, give him some slack. Give him some more kudos.
I like William.
Yeah, no, I love the actor they got for him.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to. Was it in the finale or I forget when William came out to Oliver? Like I thought that was a really sweet scene.
Oh, I cried so hard. Bro, you're an awesome guy. Stay safe too, man. All right, we'll see you next time. Oh, hell is about to break loose.
Like, where are you going? This episode's just getting good, y'all. Stick around.
That was for you, Brother Nate, by the way, he said.
That was for me? Oh, thank you.
Uh-oh. She's like, that mean rock is evil. Oh, no. See, we don't even get a solution on that either.
No.
Oh.
But we don't even know if this, like, that's what I'm going to be interested in when they do the event series. Like,
yeah,
what's still canon about this future? Like, what's changed?
I don't think anything has changed because Flash hasn't done anything. Oh no, what's happening?
But the Legends have done stuff.
Oh yeah, the good Lord Legend. Due to remember. Cigarette burner.
That's the Mufasa moment. Remember, Simba. Remember.
They're all, oh my god. Oh. I forgot how messy he was.
Yeah.
And this is why I don't really buy this romance, because I'm like, they weren't even together, and then that's it. Yeah, I remember this being. This is better than I remember it to be. Maybe it's because it's been some time now since we,
right, and we were like just coming off of this huge event.
We were. Yeah, it's a shame that this didn't go forward. But also, in the long run, I don't know how much it would have worked with this particular storyline. Because I didn't like the main villain, honestly, whoever it would have been. It's obviously someone they know. Because
that's why I was so against it, Andy. Not against the series, but against the storyline. Because to me, it feels like, and I forget if I was talking to Brittany or Vanessa about this when the
When you
Backdoor
put it.
pilot first aired. I was like, yo, if they make the big bad baby Sarah, I'm done with this show. Like Sarah Diggle.
I
Like
remember you telling me that.
I would have been so
Oh,
mad at this show, man.
oh my god, yeah. This is
Because like you said, it's somebody they have a connection with.
I'm cringing so hard, so we should just move on. Yeah, that would have been bad. You guys should react to the Marvel shows too. I mean, maybe we will. We will see. I mean, I'm still figuring out what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, so we shall
Andy,
see.
I tell you, if you want to do a Marvel show, I'm down for Hawkeye. Like that Hawkeye trailers are looking kind of good. And I don't
I'm
even like
excited for
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. I
I
love
don't even like
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, but I like it looks fun. It looks cute.
I'm excited for Hawkeye. So yeah, we will.
Like just grumpy old man. Honestly, Hawkeye is kind of like this. You got a grumpy old veteran leading some young archer, except one's Laurel Lance and one's Clint Barton, and one looks better in leather.
Interesting.
I'll let you choose who you feel that is. But yeah, like I'm actually excited for Hawkeye, which I didn't think I was going to be like 6 months ago or a year ago.
I feel like it's Shadow's sister. She was gonna be Lady Shiva. Who knows? Maybe if we ever get a comic or something.
Ooh.
But we shall see.
But yeah, that was my initial thought, Andy. Like just finishing up on that point. Like I thought it was going to be revealed that it was baby Sarah, and so then you'd have Sarah and JJ, like as these villains, and that like that's
so you mean all the black characters?
Well, not just all the black characters, Andy, but all Diggle's kids. Like that doesn't seem like the kids that Diggle and Lila would raise.
Yeah, I'm getting uncomfortable because I don't like this idea at all. I don't think that, and I'm thinking like, oh my god, what if that was what they were actually gonna do?
Yeah.
So
because then you had Oliver's kids versus Diggle's kids, and like, I don't want to see that.
Me neither. But Nate, if first of all, thank you so much for joining me on this.
Yes, so Andy B. This is our first. Like I was gonna say, it's our first live watch, but we've live watched a lot of things. we just haven't
every week. We just don't do it on camera.
This is our first on camera live watch, Andy B. So I enjoyed it. We'll definitely have to do more. Like I think you got some good ideas, whether it's here on your channel or with the network over DCTV Podcast. I think this could be fun.
Maybe we'll see. But where can people find you? Find you on social media and tell them about your other podcast.
Yes, well, you can find me on social media. Oh, I got the full screen. Yeah, you can find me on social media at N8 MOZAIK, Nate Mosaic on Twitter. You can check out all of my podcast work, whether it is with Post Wrestling. I'm the host of the NWA podcast, the Nubian Wrestling Advocates, which is a show that looks at pro wrestling from the perspective of a black fan. I also am the host of the Rocky Maivia Picture Show, which is a movie series that reviews the films of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, aka Black Adam, Andy B.
Yes.
So that's out there on Post Wrestling. I'm on the Main Event over at Place to Be Nation. I'm on a bunch of shows, maybe too many shows, Andy. But in terms of like the folks watching this, like if you're watching this, you're probably into the superhero stuff, particularly on the CW. So you can check me out at the DCTV Podcast Network, where I am one of the hosts of the Lituation Room, which is formerly the Black Lightning Podcast. It's myself, Vanessa Shark, Clement Bryan, and America's sweetheart, Brittany Monet. Well, I don't know why that was a laugh line, Andy B.
I was like, wait, you know what? Like, I was like, why is only Brittany the America's sweetheart out of the three of them? Like, I think all of them are sweethearts.
Yes, all of them are sweethearts, but only Brittany Monet is America's sweetheart. And speaking of Brittany Monet, she and I are the host of the upcoming Naomi podcast, which will have our first episode here in the coming weeks, where we're going to be talking about the series Naomi, which is being produced by Ava DuVernay and starring Casey Walfall, and it's coming to the CW. So our first couple episodes are going to be talking about the actual comic, the book, that the series is based on. And so Brittany and I, the first episode, we're going to look at the first 3 chapters of the Naomi book by Brian Michael Bendis. And then in the second episode, we're going to look at the second 3 chapters of Naomi. So that's coming up. Got a lot of stuff. Kings of Sport. We got a Patreon at the Kings of Sport. If you like to hear about sports games and wrestling and politics, and there's even some MCU stuff up at the Patreon. So you can check that out. Patreon.com/the Kings of Sport. $5 gets you in the door, ladies and gentlemen. $5. And it's over 200 hours of content. So I appreciate it, Andy. I feel like we've taken another step in our friendship, Andy B. Like I feel like when Anatoly opened his arms to Oliver, it's like, welcome to the bratva. I just want to do the voice again.
Geez, thanks for comparing our friendship to like a Russian
Yes, like group. when I first joined the DCTV podcast network, for whatever reason, Andy had me fight 7 other hosts to prove that I could stay on the network. So that's how it works.
We have an underground cage, fight cage or something. Yes. You have a question from Triple X.
Oh, what's the question?
It's on your screen.
Okay. You say that like I'm not a man who wears glasses, Andy B.
But it's I literally I highlighted it. It says, "Brother Nate, have you seen Heels and did you like it?"
Ooh, honestly, I have not watched Heels yet. I've heard good things about it. For those that don't know, Heels is the pro wrestling series starring Stephen Amell. But all the clips I've seen have looked good. There's actual professional wrestlers that are in this series, so I'm gonna look. I'm probably gonna do a
binge.
Watch. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a binge series.
Season 1 is done right?
Yeah, season 1 is done. So I'm probably gonna, and it got renewed already for a second season. So I'm probably gonna watch it and maybe even do a show about it on the Patreon. But thanks for that question. I think all the clips just are so dramatic. Just how come Dad got to be the champ and you get to be the champ, but I didn't get to be the champ because you're just not ready. Boom, boom. Heels coming to stars. So woo. Stephen Amell. This might be. I know Arrow is kind of his claim to fame, but the stuff I've seen of Stephen Amell on Heels, this might be the role he was kind of born to play because he is a big wrestling fan.
Well, go check him out. Nate, on that stuff.
Nate, are you talking about me or Stephen Amell?
Well, Stephen Amell, he has it you go watch Stephen Amell or whatever. So, but yeah, go follow him, brother Nate. Nate, yes. You should go create a link tree so you can put all your stuff in this one page, and that way it's easier for you to plug that.
Yes, and my OnlyFans too.
I wouldn't know. Maybe Clement knows something about it.
Hey, we got some Thanksgiving specials coming up at my OnlyFans. Just discounts galore.
Well, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube, and on Twitch at Android. I'm going to come back and do some more live streaming of gaming. I'm doing some more setups, and also I just been busy. But you can also find me over at the Flash podcast, the internet's first.
What's going on over at the Flash?
What's going on the Flash?
Up, Andy?
What is going on the Flash podcast? Jesus Lord, what is going on the Flash podcast? So much is going on the Flash podcast right now. There is an interview with Eric Wallace that you can go read right now on the website. The link is in the video description. You can also go and tune in for all of our 5 live shows we're going to be doing starting on Wednesday, November 17th. Yeah, 5 of them. 5 of them at 6 p.m. Or, we could do that. So we can do
yes.
And at 6 p.m. Eastern, for 5 Wednesdays in a row, we're gonna be doing things live on the DC Podcast YouTube channel. Link in the video description as well. Where my crew from the Flash Podcast will be joined by various hosts from some of the podcast, mostly every week as we talk about the Armageddon event. So, Nate, we're hoping to have the entire Blind Podcast crew on the following Wednesday. So, fingers crossed for that. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. So go tune us in there. You can also listen to me on the Titans and Doom Patrol podcast. We just finished our 3rd season of both shows. So you can go listen to all those 10 episodes, 10 to 13 episodes of each podcast. I'm the editor of the Mall Report. You can go check me out Screen Rant. And that's all the links to me are in the video description below. So yeah, thank you for everyone who tuned in. This was fun.
No OnlyFans for you, brother?
No, I don't think anyone would pay 50 cents to see me on OnlyFans, and I would never go on OnlyFans. So
it doesn't have to be pictures of your body, Andy. You can have an OnlyFans where You give out recipes.
I just don't like I just don't like having like something private like that. But we're just gonna move on. And but
Moving
paying,
on.
but hope everyone had fun watching the pilot
Yes,
Backdoor pilot with us. Let's
this
see.
was fun.
We will see what kind of payoff we do get in Armageddon. So Eric Wallace, if you're watching and listening, we did the homework. I hope I got A+.
We did the homework.
You did the homework. And listen, I'm not usually this chill with homework. Like, me, I'm like, homework, I don't know her. So this is one homework I was willing to do
Yeah.
on the spot. So, but yeah, Triple X, thank you for tuning in. Everyone who tuned in, thank you so much. And yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you have thoughts about Green and Canaries, like, do you wish it had gone forward? Do you think if it had gone forward, what would you have seen? Like, drop a comment below. And then also,
Yes.
if you want to support me, just hit the subscribe button down below.
There you go.
And
That's what I was waiting for. Like you gotta give them that YouTube.
And then hit the notification bell so that
Hit
you
the
know when
bell.
I
Ring
go
the bell.
ring the bell so you know when I go live with brand new videos or when I do live streams. So there you go. But yeah, again, Nate, thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, we will see.
Thanks, brother.
For my viewers, I will see you on the next one. So take care. Bye.